Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I filmed a New Year's Eve makeup look. Really great dark eyes with a lot of glitter. So if you'd like to see how I've created the look, then keep on watching. So I'm starting with the Smashbox Full Exposure palette and taking that really light beigey colour with a big thick fluffy brush and just blending that in above the crease line. This is going to be a nice transitional shade for all the dark black that we're about to put onto our eyelids. Then going in with a pencil brush and that nice dark brown, and I'm focusing that just in the crease line and blending it up into that beige colour. I'm also focusing on creating a slight cat eye at the outside corner of the eye. As you see there, I'm going into a triangle shape. This is just a nice way. I don't want to put tape there because I don't want it to be a severe line. Just want a nice soft line. I think it's going to work really well with the black and the glitter that we're going to apply. And then going in with the black in the Smashbox palette and a smaller pencil brush, and just following the same process of focusing that colour into the crease, but also focusing on making that nice triangle shape at the outer corner so we can get a nice cat eye effect. And just taking time to blend all these colours out together, keeping going until you're happy with the colour that you're getting and you're happy with how it's looking. It might look a little bit crazy now, but I promise, just stick with me. They always look a little bit messy. It's going to look great in a few minutes. So now I'm going in with the Max Factor Excess Shimmer. This is in the shade 30 ONYX. And I'm using a flat brush to apply that. This is a really wet gel, so I'm using a brush because I want it to be just on the eyelid and nowhere else. Whereas if I apply it onto my finger, I don't feel like I have quite as much control as to where it's going to go. Now this has a lot of shimmer and sparkle to it on its own, but I just wanted even more. It's New Year's Eve, so why not? So I'm going in on top with the L'Oreal Paris Colour Infallible eyeshadow. And this is in the shade 014 Eternal Black, and I'm using the same brush and just applying that all over the Max Factor gel that we've just applied. Now I'm going back in with the pencil brush and the dark brown eyeshadow that I used, just to blend that black out, just the top bits, just to make sure that everything looks nice and smooth, and just to make sure that that cat eye effect is looking really good and I'm happy with the shape of it. It's just all about taking your time to make sure everything is blended as you like it to be. Then going in with a small eyeliner, not too much, just a little bit, and a small wing. I'm not really taking too much attention onto it because the black eyes are dark enough. I'm then going in with the Max Factor Waterproof Mascara and Ardell Demi Wispies for lashes, and then moving on to the face. So I'm starting with the Makeup Forever Nourishing Primer. I'm putting plenty on because I want my makeup to stay in place all night long. And then for foundation, I've got the Georgio Armani Luminous Silk and the Morphe M439 brush to blend all that in. So I would just start with a few dots all over my face, blend all that out. If I feel like I need any more coverage, I'll go in with a little bit more, but I would rather do that than have too much on my face and struggle to blend it all out. I'm then going to use the Urban Decay Naked Concealer, and that's going where you've seen me put it before, so in triangles under the eyes, a little bit around the underneath of the nose, down the centre of the nose, a little bit onto the middle of the forehead, and then a bit on the chin. And I'm blending all that out with a Real Techniques damp sponge. And again, I do this just because I've got such dark eyes. I want to even out the rest of the face by bringing some more lightness to other areas. Setting it with the Laura Mercier translucent powder and a Real Techniques setting brush for under the eyes, then followed by a bigger Eco Tools fluffy brush for the rest of the face. And it's important to set your foundation and concealer just to make sure that it doesn't move, especially on a night like New Year's Eve. You want it to stay in place. I'm then going in with a black eyeliner. This is in a pencil. I find a pencil is easier to work with to blend out. So I'm putting that into the waterline and then going back in with a small brush and that black eyeshadow and blending out them together to make a nice smoky line under the eyes. Again, taking time to blend it out. Now I've put a lot of effort into the concealer and foundation, so I don't want to touch my face. So I'm just using a brush just to bring the eye down a little bit, just so I can really get in to the lash line to smoke that out. And then going back in with a bigger pencil brush and that light brown colour, the beige colour that we used initially, just to blend that out even more. And finally for the eyes, adding a little bit of mascara to the lower lashes. So now for the face, I'm using the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette and that middle shade, and I'm just going to contour my face. I'm using the Real Techniques blush brush for this, just because, as I said in a few videos ago, I really like how it gives a really nice natural contour, nothing too intense, and it's easy enough to build up the colour if you want anything more intense. So just focusing on underneath the cheekbones, the forehead, the temples, down the side of the nose and the chin. And then for blush, I'm using MAC Melba, and that's just applying it onto the cheekbones and then blending it out towards the hairline. And one of my favourite products of all time is MAC Soft and Gentle Highlight. I'm applying that to the top of the cheekbones with a Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. Love this product, love how this brush applies it, it's really intense. If you don't want it quite as intense, I recommend you using a fan brush, that'll go on a lot more subtle. And I'm then going in with another L'Oreal Colour Infallible eyeshadow in the shade 001 Time Resist White, just to add a little bit of bright colour to the inner corner of the eyes. And because the eyes are so intense, I'm keeping the lips very nude. So I'm using Max Factor Lip Liner in the shade 06 Mauve Moment. You see me use that a few times, I love that. And then the YSL Rouge Volupte lipstick in the shade number 1. And the YSL Gloss Volupte in the shade 19. And you know that there's no way that I'm saying that correctly, but once you've applied that to all over the lips, then that is the look completed. Thank you for watching today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Have a lovely New Year's Eve. Hope you have an awesome time whatever it is that you're doing, and I will see you next year. Bye for now.